Okay, so we are starting a little early. Hopefully, everybody can hear me on everything, and we have so Monday we had no game sound. Figured out afterwards. Yeah, Abby, I was debating on whether I was going to play the last Star Wars game, not the current one, on PlayStation, or just continue this. And I decided on continuing here. Instead of trying to continue to figure out how to set up my capture card on the new PC. I haven't gotten that all figured out yet. But good. I was hoping they were. If you watched last stream, there was a building here. And we have demolished this building around us. Temporary base. We got all of our materials. Resource deposits around here, and basically cutting down. Like it's gonna land soon. I did do some modification. This one is on the Steam Workshop. We do have all this. We're going to put everything out of those boxes into the ship. intend to do everything red like this. We'll repaint it as we go. But yeah, it repainted everything red. Was not intentional. We have kitchen, bathroom, showers, stuff. Which the showers takes away the rotation. Living quarters area, which will stay in the shower very long in the storage. So you can pilot from either side here, which is nice. I will adjust the game audio. For some reason it wouldn't let me. Alright, we'll try this. So to do the modifications to the ship, I just took it into creative and changed everything that I wanted to change and saved it, which is Alt 0 or Alt O, and that will allow you to save as and lets you have a blueprint that you can spawn in with the resources out of the workshop. That's still drowning me out, isn't it? Don't know why it doesn't like that. I have my audio maxed out, my voice, and the game audio really low, and it's causing issues. It just still doesn't want to be quiet. Try it again. For some reason, Empyrion doesn't like me going to the second screen while it's running. Is that any better? It looks like it's a little better, but not really. Let's try it. Let's see if that's any better. Is that better? Okay, cool. So let's go over to the station over here. So most of the starting stations or the starting systems will have a Kinect station in them, or a station of some kind in space, and that's where you're going to be able to buy parts and resources and food and get some more missions. There's also asteroids that you can mine, which once we have a miner, it will be really nice. You can also buy fuel up here, which we don't have enough money to buy anything yet, but this will let us get started. We're actually sideways to it. So the thrusters can be a little loud. So do like this. We'll leave it running. You can actually, I didn't notice that. So you can turn your turrets on and off from in here. So where's the exit? The exit? In space, it's a little wonky moving around. I'm guessing there's only one entrance on this. I haven't messed with this very much. This was a ship to get us in space. So you come in here, and there'll be different alien factions. You turn your jetpack off, you can walk normal. So you can talk to this guy. You can get jobs and stuff like that. You can shop, buy armor sets, things like that. You can sell to him. So if you have extra sets of light armor, you can sell them for 431 credits. If you try and take out of their containers in here, they will start shooting you. So unless you're ready to start a fight with the Polaris, don't do that. And while we're in here, we need to go here. We got those credits, the money cards. So you come up, basically just like an ATM for the bank. And we have 10 credits in the bank. Now we can't lose that unless we spend it. There's teleporters that you'll gain access to. They're sketchy at best. They tend to not work very much. The nice thing about having your ship, your capital vessel, once you're established in that, you don't need to go back anywhere unless you want to, and you can set up markers on the map. Like this guy, he sells garden stuff, so you can buy all your crops and your hydroponics and all that. Your fertilizer for the upgraded hydroponic. But if you go to your map, you can. So you've got your local map, which will be if you're on the planet or in the space of that planet. This is the system. So you got your sun and the planets around it, and then this is the whole galaxy. And Empyrion has a huge play area. So this is the Xerax space over there, and if you come over here, you can turn on territories. So you've got Polaris, the pirates, the Traders Guild. You got colonists over there, the Brotherhood of Far, and I can't tell what the one is over here. Legacy maybe, or that's Decay. But you have over here on the side, you have all the different factions, and it kind of gives you where they're at. And then if you click on a planet, you lock the target, and then when you're in your ship, it will give you the warp for that. But you've got multiple. So this guy will sell food, like already cooked food, basically. All your different stuff. Some you've got some stuff like spice and flowers and flour, vegetables, stuff like that. You can buy materials to make your own food. This guy has weapons. So all your weapons here, which sniper rifles, they used to be a really easy way to make money. You could build a bunch of them and sell them. They nerfed that big time. Multi-tools you can make a little bit, but they're not an easy one to make. And then there's one more guy upstairs. There's the main. This is the main vendor weapon, like for your big stuff. Your upgrade kits, your heavy armor, all the ammunition, stuff like that. And there's a few different. Let's see, come down here. You can gamble with this guy. This is a door out into space to where your ship is. Somewhere down there. Yeah, there's the ship. And then you can just jet out to it. We need to go find more Pentaxid so that we can work, because we have like 2 Pentaxid right now. We had to use what we had to make the elemental Pentaxid for this. And let's see here. So when you're in third person like this, it makes the thrusters a little quieter. So let's see, what do we have here? Silicone asteroid. So we're looking for a Pentaxid asteroid, and it'll be purple crystals. I'll set cruise control. So that yellow heat signature is going to be pirates. So that planet is a long way away. We can't just warp to it, or we have to warp to it. We can't just like fly to it, because it would take wherever. I don't think you can actually physically do it. It's a different playfield. Yes, you'll figure it out, like the colors on the heat signature. That will tell you kind of who they are. The yellow is pirates, red is Xerax, purple is legacy, or there's 4 factions that are generally bad. Then you have Brotherhood of Far, colonists, the Talon and Polaris that are nice. Traders Guild is nice. So that's a copper asteroid. Let's see, any others. And if we pop into the map, you can kind of see where there's stuff located also. And we can go to these moons. They're inside of our range. And they actually may have more of what we need. The ship handles like a brick, but it got us into space. So we do have a. So if you hit shift while you're pushing forward, it gives you your little booster. That's what the circle is that's changing as we go, and the little orange makes you go a little bit faster. Also, if you hit I, and it will turn off all thrusters unless you're using them, and it'll let you just coast through space. So we're moving at 99 meters per second, something like that, whatever the ms is. And we're not using any power unless we move some way. Yeah, it's like a big red brick flying around in here. So yeah, that's a hidden pirate station, which they're not too bad in the beginning, but once you start shooting at them, they don't like it. The Xerax will always attack you unless you befriend them, which is you can make friends with anybody you want, but the benefits to being with the Xerax are not great. You end up losing your Polaris influence, and then you can't buy from them, and they have most of the goods that you'll need. So our next objective, as far as building stuff, we need a better small vessel. So there's titanium. See, all that red though is, and see the percentage on them, that is shields. So that's going to be a little harder to take care of. And what are they shooting at? Yeah, cannon drones. So this is a Polaris mining station. There'll be some small objectives that we can do here, like buying from them. The iron, magnesium. Magnesium you need for rockets and stuff like that, which we don't have any yet. Silicone and taxid. So one thing we'll have to watch is not to mine any of these if they're inside of Polaris territory, because that'll, unless you're honored or above in their standings, their reputation, you won't be able to mine anything in their territory. So we're gonna see if we can get outside of their territory and mine this pentaxid. Yes, we can. Come over here. We're gonna back it up. I want to put the back ramp right over it, that's about perfect. What are you shooting at? Oh, cannon drone. I think it's out of your range there, dude. You're just gonna waste all my ammo. So you can come in and you can adjust. You go to devices and your weapons. So I always turn off this one and predators for the normal turrets, and these two, and you just hit apply group, and that'll change the targeting for all of these. If you hit turrets, you can change them individually. So if you have different weapons inside of that categories that you want to do differently, there's elevator, elevator. I haven't used this ship before, so I'm still figuring it out. So this moon does not have oxygen, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. So that's there. Go to our mining drill, which we did unlock that. I got a lot of levels mining ores to build this ship. I think we're at level 21 now, just from mining and cutting down stuff and tearing up that building. And you can see our mining drill is almost done. While we're just sitting here to save fuel, we're going to turn off the thrusters. You'll leave the generator running so that the refrigerator stays good, and it keeps oxygen in the ship.
Which once you have crops in there, you either need to park on an oxygenated planet or make sure you have oxygen in there and the generator's running at all times. Which if you're on a single player, it's not a big deal because once you log off, the game pauses everything. But on a server, it'll keep running. There now. Don't think we have a repair station on this ship either, so we may have to build one of those to repair this drill soon. Takes forever. Come on. And we are using the drone to do this, so we can stay in the relative safety of the ship, and which I'm outside right now, but it's fine. So once you get the pentaxid, the raw pentaxid, there's two options to make. You can make elemental and refined. Elemental is used for making other things. This is the pentaxid. The refined is what you use for your fuel, for your warp drive. So what I normally do is I have a small constructor set up to just make pentaxid and pump it into the pentaxid tank. So I just keep a bunch of it on hand and keep it filling up the tank as I warp around. Yeah, it can be definitely like a Minecraft in space. And because everything's blocks building. But there's a lot of stuff you can build in this. And if you're not into the building or you're still learning, the workshop has tons of like people have made all kinds of stuff. There's fully functional ships from Star Wars and Star Trek, and there's ships that look like real life planes, all kinds of stuff. Bases, hovercraft, small vessels, capital ships, all of it. Space stations. We have one that we will be using when we go to do POIs, which is a medical bay. So this is the miner that we're gonna get. Here, the deployable Red Cross. So it's basically just a med station with a generator and the medical stuff and a core. So it makes the power that you need to run those medical stations and a place for you to heal up while you're doing a POI. Because some of them can get kind of rough, especially if you're doing them solo. Inventory's full. Oh, it's going into our inventory. That's why. So when you change playfields or you exit or log back into a game, you will get disconnected. It doesn't always do the playfield when you change, but anytime you exit the game and back into it, it will. This will go a lot faster once we have a ship to do this. We'll get a small vessel to be able to mine on planets, and it'll be a lot faster. There's cobalt over there, which that's a good thing to know. The starting systems normally have most of the materials you'll need close by, either on the planet themselves or the moons or in space. Generally, gold is one of the hardest starting materials to find. And there's some that are, depending on the seed that you end up with, which you can't, it just randomly generates you a seed for your maps. Some of the other materials can be quite difficult. Once you're into space and can warp around, you can find most of that stuff pretty easily. Yeah, so we're at level 23. Once you can warp around, you can go out and find your gold and stuff easily. You'll still have difficulty finding zirconium and erestrium, platinum, stuff like that. You do have to watch out. There's different gravities on different planets, and if you go down to a high gravity, like a 4G gravity planet, in a ship that's not made for it, you are stuck. I have been on some and barely gotten off because I didn't pay attention. Thanks for following. So we are, let's see how we're doing. We're 55 and constructors. So I'll set up a small constructor and have it do, see, your pentaxid tank, and this is the one that you need for fuel. So I just set it up and have it start, and it's 1 pentaxid crystal for 2 of the refined, which is, that'll give us 110 to start with, and I think a full tank is 500 on a capital vessel. And your pentaxid is your warp fuel and your shield fuel, which it doesn't really explain that anywhere in the tutorials, that your pentaxid is what fuels your shields. So when I first started playing, I was lost on why it wasn't working the shields, and then I figured it out. I spent a few hours mining just to get the materials for this new ship. It was sitting there digging and digging and digging. Felt like I was playing Deep Rock. Without the fun of fighting bugs. Okay, that will get us started for now. Get back in the ship. the thrusters helps. So, there's lots of resources on this planet or this moon, just not that we can get to right, or not that we're wanting to mess with right now. I will come back and mine all those later. But so we're going to, let's see. So if you turn on info, it'll give you, put it to the planet info. It'll tell you what resources are there. So this one has copper that we're looking at alpha 6, right? So it's got iron, titanium, promethium, copper, silicone, and cobalt. And it'll, like, these have, and you can also do the space ones. This will tell you what's in space. So if you can find pentaxid in space, it's generally better. So that one's going to be a good one to go to. And it's got sathium also, which we're going to need. Neodymium. We're going to lock that target. And if you look down the yellow bar on the right side on the bottom, that's how far we can go right now on the pentaxid we have. So we're going to do this. So you start moving, and then you hit K. And that hits your warp into, you have to be moving, I think it's 40 meters per second before it'll, or miles per second, or whatever the MS is, before it'll activate your warp. We already found a pentaxid, which is probably behind us. Yeah. So these asteroid fields. So another tip for steering. Sometimes it's smoother to use the arrows to steer if you're turning all the way around. If you're just flying around, the mouse is good, but the asteroid fields can be good, but you'll have to watch for stuff out there that's coming to get you. The drones will be out here, and we don't have shields yet, so the shields needed materials that we don't have access to yet. So we're going to come over here. So that is what in space pentaxid will look like. Sometimes you'll find them that'll just be the crystals, no rock. So also I want to look at something. So we go to our capital ship, and so we unlock there the tool turret. Now the zescosium alloy is what we're lacking for that, but once we have those, we will be able to mine without getting out of the ship. Let's see here. Can we make, we are missing a lot for those, so we can't make that yet, but we will pop down to the hangar, and we'll just use our drone. This is going to get us faster than the one on the planet should. Once we have the ships that are made for mining, it'll go so fast that if you're on a multiplayer server, don't mine everything. So don't, like on this one, leave all the rock, or leave the rock, some of the rock, because they respawn, and if you take everything, it deletes it from basically the computers, and they won't be able to respawn it. Leave a piece of something there for it to. That was a drone that came out of the asteroid peel. As long as they're just the minigun ones, they're pretty safe. The rocket ones will tear us up. A little bit of a risk doing this. We may modify our ship and put a drone hatch. I don't think it has one, which is a little trap door in the ceiling of the cockpit that we can just stand there, put our drone out, and mine. And if we start getting attacked, it's easy to jump back in and go. Because being stranded in space is not fun. I've been there before. The Xerox shipyards are really tough. They have missiles that reach out almost further than what your detector will detect those POIs, and they can take out your whole ship in just a couple shots, especially if you don't have shields. I was on a multiplayer server and had that happen. It was not fun. Look and see what our... Got 23 more. We were full. All of it. That's one thing that gets annoying with these doors. If you're standing next to them, they'll go up and down, up and down. Yeah, so that's an interceptor, which novice, that's new. I haven't seen them called novice before. Yeah, there's no drone hatch in this. But we will build one later. Then we would be able to harvest those materials. So, what was on this planet? So, Alpha has nothing we're really needing out here, but we do need some of that neodymium. We are wanting to build. Do this one. So we'll probably build the cloud miner to start with because that'll get us started. The biggest issues are going to be these two right here, the viscosium and the arrestrium. Those can be hard to get. We got a lot of titanium iron off of that abandoned shipyard, it was, but the rest of it we had to really hunt for. But let's drop down in here and see if we can find another POI to raid. I mean, this game does have some really pretty stuff to see. It's yeah. All the stars and the colors that they add into it. So I generally try and come in over a mountain because I've found that it's less likely to have a Xerox base up on the very top of a mountain that can shoot at you right away. There's cobalt. So the cold planets normally have cobalt and titanium in abundance compared to the other planets that can be a little difficult. There's titanium. Let's go see what this base is. Well, again, does this goes in as an issue? And the Scosium is in the shields. I'm looking for the shield. Comms array. Yeah, those are going to be a rough one to hit. Let's go look at this crash transport front. Maybe we can find some parts on there. Need to make ammo real quick. And there. Let's make sure which. There we go. Hit the red button. So we have. Okay, we have the miniguns, so they take 15 mil. And it'll save right here. So go back to our instructor. And so these are the heavy miniguns, which we don't have any of yet. We're just gonna make up that, have that. Okay. So we will have to watch our temperature on this planet. Because it will get cold. Shouldn't have an issue with radiation. So we have our salvage core. We're gonna throw that down. Just drop it right here. And so we'll take that. We'll take these. Those are electronics. There, and we can also do this. So this one's got artillery shells, which that's nice. But when we drop down that RO, we're not in the same container twice. We better not be. Yeah, it was reading wrong. Okay. That was an easy way for us to see what storage is on the ship. We are suffering radiation. Is this planet that high of radiation? Oh. We will go up. Use the shower. That'll drop our radiation. And probably going to change the layout of the ship. The fact that we have to run to 2 different locations to use medical facilities and the showers doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because you'll end up using the showers a lot in combination with your med bay. I will probably take and remove this and fit some of the med bay stuff in here or in here. And I will put a, yeah, so there's beds up there, which you'll need the beds to sleep in single player. So let's see here. Cobalt. So we do have radiation burns, it looks like. So I need to use the medical stuff. This planet doesn't have that high radiation. I don't know where I got that radiation burn from. So there we go. Just use them all until you figure out which one you need. One of the biggest issues we're gonna struggle with right now is food. So we do need to figure out our crops soon. A rocket drone. We want to try and avoid him. He's probably gonna chase us. Nope. I think we're okay. So an eye will show up over their, or next to their name if they've seen you and are coming after you. We're good on him. Yeah, so an eye will show up if they've seen you and an exclamation point if they're coming after you. think that's how it is. I may have that backwards. So cobalt. Titanium. Silicone. See, there's rocket and a plasma. So the plasma drone will do a lot of damage to your shields. And if they're chasing you and you can't get away, just go to space because they won't leave the planet. Titanium. That should be either a survey or a ship parts. Debris field. I don't know if I've been into a debris field before. We'll check that one out. Now, I've been part of a debris field. And I keep scanning because you never know when a drone or a base will pop up. Okay. Drop down here. I'm going to aim the back at it. So we'll hop down and check that out. Should exit. Forget there's not a elevator on both sides. We won't be in this ship long, just enough to get us upgraded. Electronics. Turn our light on. Forget that I'm not connected to a... Refuel. No. Oh, we are freezing, so we gotta hurry. We got stage 1. I was hoping for... Sometimes in those you'll find crew members. here. Go use our medical. So you'll use more food when you're in the cold like that. Throwing any of the food stuff in there, medical stuff. Now we are going to do this. So we could pop down our salvage core and get this as a block, you know, a full turret, but we don't need it, and we need parts more. We don't have a deconstructor yet. Not connected. Did it again. Okay, so I think that's everything we want to get here. Sometimes check these because there'll be false floors and it'll go down to an underground area. So we're good there. And that one is... No, that's not full. I don't know why it's... Right, that's 23. Yeah, we still got plenty of space in there. I don't know why it was telling me. It seems like Empyrion's having some trouble today. What else we can find? Thought there was some more heat. Signature's close. Some. So, the shields. Here. So we need elevator. The compact shield we may be able to build. Yeah, we should be able to build that. Let's go to our large constructor, which we need to upgrade that to an advance. So we need advanced electronics and flux coils. Make sure so it's the right one. Yeah. Merge tank. Did I pass the other one already? That's a Polaris. Ooh, yeah, we flew right over the crash shuttle there. This one over here, the DSE back, could be a good one. So those drones aren't messing with us yet. So we're going to come over here. Now, something we could do is park this in a safer area and then fly out in the SV, but it just doesn't have very much weight capacity. Like, I was having to skim the ground to get in anywhere. There's the entrance. So there'll be all of these in here. Here's the good stuff. We want these thrusters just for the parts. If we had a deconstructor, I would take them as whole parts because you get more back. You see all those parts that we're getting. We're getting those flux coils. We're getting lots of materials off of this one. And if you dig down, there's even more stuff. Digging through the snow, easy, huh? See, there's more. And we get more. We're actually going to be close to being able to make a small shield. When those pop off like that, just grab them with F, and that gives you those materials. We're going to grab what we can from this, and then we're going to do 7. We'll set the ship here. We'll go like that. Nope, the wrong way. So we're going to set the pikeman there. And we'll take all the fuel. Got the fuel, and there was only one container. So I'll have to pop in here to pick up that. Now I can pop back in. And we're gonna go get those fuel tanks. These are large ones. Dig around here just to see if there's any more electronical stuff. So this is a ship, but it's considered like a base for the game purposes. So you couldn't come in here and build this into a ship, basically. any of the POIs like this, they're not something you can claim as a flyable ship. And time to get out of here. Okay, we just killed a cargo, which is a bug, I think. Yeah, that right there. There are stuff like that on the planet. So let's pop into here now and see if we can make that. We can. So we're making this. We're gonna have it go into that one. So we've got all this stuff came off of the other. So while we're sitting here doing that, there's another ability of the multi-tool. I can right click and you can upgrade. So I can look at here and I need energy regulators. That should be it there. Yeah. So we're gonna come over here. Where is it at? We're just gonna throw this in here for right now. That's not the big one. That's just to get us a shield for now. So we need energy regulators. And how many did we need? We needed 5, so now that's an advanced constructor. So we'll be able to make more stuff. We'll be able to make everything in the game that we can craft in that constructor. So we're gonna have to eat. So we have... Alright. So that took care of that for now. One other thing I want to check, see if we can craft, is not unlocked yet. Is it? Oh, it's unlocked. Ah, there it is. Yeah. So we need advanced upgrade kit. So for that, we're going to have to either do a POI, which I'm looking for one for us to do, preferably a 0x one. While we're flying, we need to turn on our shields. So our shields, we've only got 2375 hit points of shield, but that's better than nothing at this point. We can add some shield parts to it to make it a little tougher, but it's going to... we're going to be better off building a regular shield and finding the materials for that. Let's go over and check out this Polaris habitat. This will probably be a place we can buy stuff. See, that's a drone outside, but that's a Polaris drone. So we won't attack. The ship won't attack it because it's friendly-ish. We're neutral. So this is a... probably has some vendors and stuff inside. We don't have any money, so we're not going to stop. But So you can even do the cruise control going up, and it'll just keep going up. Do our fuel. Some more fuel cells. We just went to space. Pop all this over there. We'll leave this for just our pre-built stuff that are blocks and stuff like that. Put that. Where we need to move that. We're gonna move that. And go to our ammo. For these, we don't have a minigun yet. We're gonna put that on. Let's store this in here. Alright, let's go to a different area. So with a small vessel, you can go to anything in the star system or a solar system here. With the SV or CV, you can go to any of the other systems within the range of the warp. So if like you're trying to go, I think the base is 50. So if you're trying to go to something 60 light years away, you'll have to jump to multiple systems to get there. And you'll have to do the same thing with the SV sometime if they're a long way. Like if you're going from the alpha here, and if there was another one on the very opposite side, you may have to jump a couple times. But in a system like this, we can take our CV anywhere and we can go outside into another sun. So let's see. Go to Akua. That one should have some good POIs for us to hit. So the yellow will be our old base because it's marked, and the orange will be where we've targeted. So I always try to either have the cruise control on or have the inertia off, or both. That way, if you warp into a system and there's something bad and it shoots out your engine or something, your ship's going to keep moving. Because it isn't unheard of to come into a system and have something shooting at you. So, real quick. So, if we go to our PDA, and we go to solo missions, and we come down here to so we need to activate our story missions. So this will take us to They changed the story missions. It didn't used to be this way. That's what I was looking for to begin with. Going to we need to turn on. Yeah. We were about to crash. I mean, it wouldn't do any damage, but let's pull the nose up. Level off. And if you hit O, it'll level your ship to whatever the current level is. See, there's a heat. Let's go do that. That should be a legacy. That may be the same like we already what we did to build this, but it could be the. So we're doing. So we need to choose our character class.